Hey, what is going on, everybody, and welcome back to the SBL Season 3. We are here today with our Week 1 battle against Lux and her new team name, the Vengeful Volbeats. Getting all edgy up in here. Okay, so this is Week 1, so we had nothing to scout off of because, it's Week 1. Don't have any other battles to reference to see what Lux is going to bring, so. But looking at what she did bring, we see an Alola Ninetales there, which, that's Aurora Veil and stuff. There's a Mega Beedrill there. That is indeed a Mega Beedrill, because who's going to run regular Beedrill? That thing's scary. It can U-turn and stuff, and it's pretty strong without adaptability, and it's really stupid fast, faster than my entire team. There's a Honchkrow there. It's okay. I don't really care for Honchkrow that much, but I've seen Lux put in work with it before, so that's the thing. There's a Salazzle there, and it looks weird right there because it's just a sprite, but in the real battle it showed as Totem Salazzle, so that's cool. Screensavers stuff. There's a Chatot, which is a threat you should not sleep on because this thing's actually pretty powerful. If you slap with Choice Specs on it and run Boom Burst, that thing's strong. And there's a Kingdra, which can do a couple different things. It can set up rain and then start Swift Swim killing you from there, or it can do Dragon Dance things with it can do Dragon Dance things, or it can do Focus Energy Sniper things. Okay, as for the rest of the team she did not bring, let's see if I can get this alright. She didn't bring a Keldeo, which is okay with me because I have a Jellicent I can switch into that every single time. She didn't bring a Virizion, which I don't know why she has both that and Keldeo, two of the Musketeers, if you will. Let's see, what else? She did not bring... I know she didn't bring Granbull, so that's a thing. She didn't bring her mascot Volbeat, which I'm not really surprised about. I think there's one other thing that I can't remember right now. All her tier 3s are there. Oh well, I'll look it up later. Anywho, this season I'm not going to be doing team builders at the beginning of each video because I don't feel like it. So instead I'm just going to quickly go over what my team is and what they all do. Starting off we have our Moltres here, which I slapped a Choice Specs on because look at her team and look at Moltres. I look back at her team and look back at Moltres. Yeah. Alright, Tapu Koko here is Choice Scarf because I want to be able to outspeed that B and get off some Volt switches because she does not have a ground type on her entire team, so I figure it's a free Volt switch. Yes, I actually brought Pharisee to a game because that's my best switch in the Mega Beedrill. And my Jellicent here, who can switch into a lot of these things, especially what she brought. I have a Double Dance Lando T with Flyanian Z because I calced it beforehand, and if I could get up to +2/+2 attack and speed, there is not a single Pokemon on her team that could have taken 2 hits from this monster. Then Hydreigon is the Black and White 2 gets his special, which is Life Orb Physical, just because really with these first 5 I felt I was pretty set, so the last slot could really have been used for anything, if I'm being totally honest. So yeah, enough of this preliminary stuff, let's go ahead and get straight on with the battle. My plan for this was to lead off with the Tapu Koko, as she shows that she leads off with the Salazzle. So I'm like, okay, this thing's a threat, I have to get on out of here. So I do that, and it does a whole ton of damage, but doesn't kill. I didn't expect it to, as I go into my Jellicent. And then this damage here, this Sludge Wave damage, I calculated a few turns later, excuse me, and figured out for the Sludge Wave to do that much damage, she actually had to be Choice Specs, which will come into play later in the battle. But for now, we'll just go ahead and move on. So obviously she got to switch out. She goes into the Ninetales to get Snow. As what do I do here? I Scald, yeah. That was my safest play, and then at this point I kind of let her set up the Veil, which is, okay with me as what do I do here? I recover. Oh yeah, I recover just to see if I could take Freeze Dry, which, spoiler, she does have. And then expecting her to Freeze Dry again, I think I go for a Scald, but then she starts Calm Minding, and I'm like, whoa, Lux, calm down. But fortunately I get the burn, which is, well, fortunate for me, not so much for her. And so I continue to stay in just to see how well I can take a Freeze Dry, and it does over half to me, and I'm like, okay, ouch, I gotta get out of here after I use a Hex. So I believe I go into my Ferris Seed after this just to see if she has the hidden power Fire, as I believe she just clicks Freeze Dry again, is that right? Yes, it is. And luckily for me, this turn the hail wears off, and she shows to not have hidden power fire because she switches out here into the Chatot, which this thing's freaky because I know this thing gets heat wave. Oh, screensaver, stop. Okay, yeah, knowing this thing gets the heat wave, obviously I can't keep my Ferrocene in. And this is also a test to see whether or not she was Specs, because, like I said earlier, a Specs Chatot is a threat. So I go into my Hydreigon here because I predict the heat wave, as she does indeed go for that, and I figure out, and she gets a crit, which is mean. But I figure out that she's not Choice Specs. And then right here, I had to make a bit of a man play, because I figured she wouldn't stay in with this thing when she has a perfectly good Ninetales to switch in here, and luckily on my Hydreigon, I was packing, wait for it, Iron Tail. And actually hits and pops the Babiri Berry, but because the thing's so low on health and super weak to steel and is not very physically bulky, it goes down. Okay, now this play is going to have to take a little bit of explaining here. Now's where the Specs Salazzle comes into play. Because I figure there's no way in the world she's going to go for a fire attack on my big bad dragon. And this is the point where I calced out that the Sludge Wave damage on my Jellicent, because I was like, wait a second, how much did that thing do? So I went back and looked at it, I was like, oh, okay. So she Specs, so I made a really bizarre play here, and I went into my Ferrocene, my thing 4 times weak to fire on a fire type. But luckily, my gamble paid off, because she went for Dragon Pulse. And now is where we figure out that she 100% is Choice Specs because she switches out here, and I use this opportunity to get up my Stealth Rocks as we get the Kingdra in here, and this thing's over here ready to destroy my soul. And I think I switch out to my Jellicent here, which I could have stayed in and Leech Seeded or whatever, but it's not worth it. And then the Dragon Dance happens, and then, to be totally honest, I kind of expected her to just go for the kill here. But she doesn't. She actually goes for Iron Head. And I think she tried to flinch me here, but like I didn't, and I burned it. And then the hail goes away. So like, I don't know what that play was trying to accomplish. I mean, I know she wanted my Jellicent dead, but still, come on. And then she Dragon Dances up again, trying to get her attack back up to a reasonable level, as I just heal up with my Jellicent. And I believe she uses another Dragon Dance, which, ooh, +3/+3 burn. Kingdra. It's still kind of scary. So I Hex here and do just about half damage, and then I expect her to do some shenanigans here, so I get back into my Ferrocene, and it takes the Iron Head, and she takes the Iron Barbs damage. And then this next turn, this Kingdra decides it's had enough, and then goes for the Outrage because he's mad. And then this Iron Barbs damage, that actually counts as a kill for Ferrocene. How often do you see that? A Ferrocene getting a kill in a league game. Yeah. As I use the opportunity to get up a layer of spikes, and then the Chatot comes in, and then this Chatot just ruins all my Ferrocene's hard work because this thing shows to have the defog. It's like, well, great. There goes all my Ferrocene's hard work. But on the bright side, I can use this opportunity to heal up on my Jellicent because there was nothing that the Chatot could do to kill my thingy, as she goes into the Salazzle pretty much as a sack, and then there goes one of her big offensive threats, which is like, phew. And then she goes into the Honchkrow, which is totally reasonable, as she goes for the Night Slash, which pops my Colbur Berry, and then I burn it. And she's not happy about that, as it shows the Life Orb, which is good information to know. Now, right here, well, I'll wait till it gets to the switch. I switched into my Ferrocene here, and looking back on this battle, if I had gone into my Tapu Koko here, I could have actually preserved the 6-0, but at the same time, this battle in real time was going like extremely fast paced, so like I wasn't thinking about that at the time, but it's okay at the end of the day. Instead, she goes for another Night Slash, and because my Ferrocene's so low on health, it kills me anyway, which she takes that Iron Bar damage, Life Orb, and at the end of the turn burn, but all that doesn't really matter. She gets a Moxie boost, because then I go into my Tapu Koko. Yes, I go into my Tapu Koko and just kill it off with a Volt Switch, and then by this point, it looked like Moltres was able to clean up, so I was just like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna end this battle with my big fiery chicken real quick. So then I switch out to that, and I'm like, okay, show me your flamethrower switch in. And this is her flamethrower switch in, but it uses chatter, and then it confuses me, but thankfully I don't hit myself, and I'm able to just roast it real quick. Okay, and now she goes into the Beedrill because that's her last mon, and she doesn't go... If she went for Poison Jab here, she might have been able to kill me because this thing's super strong, but she didn't, and she went for Knockoff. To figure out I was Choice Spec Zone, I burned it, not that that mattered. Because we snap out of Confusion, and the Flamethrower goes off, and then that is a big 5-0 win for Diancie United, picking up right where we left off back in SBL Season 2. Okay, to be honest, I wouldn't say Lux played bad necessarily, it's just the matchup was just heavily in my favor. Yeah, like, she just did not have a response to Moltres, at least offensively. Anyways, it's the start of the season, we're off to a very strong start, and I'm hoping we can continue this. As next week we are up against, We're up against Arctis and his new team name, again, the Arctic Arcanines, which is appropriate for him. So look forward to that, and I'll see you guys next time.